All right. Well, hey team, it is Monday night, August 23rd. My name is Dee Corchin and glad you guys are on the call with us this evening. And if you are new to our team, we've had 33 new coaches join us already in the month of August. So welcome. If this is one of your first calls, we are glad you are here. If you've been coaching a day or multiple years, like many of us, you are welcome here on this community. So I'm going to go over a couple of announcements tonight. I'm going to do them first. I do have a video, but I wanted many people to be on it to see it as possible because it's going to lead into the next portion of our call, which is going to be on how do we turn the hesitation and the no's when we invite someone to coaching. How do we help somebody see the value and hopefully turn that to a yes, maybe sooner than the experience you've been having. So before we hop into it, just a couple of quick announcements. Want to remind you of a couple of quick things. If you're in the Atlanta area or anywhere in the Southeast, or you want to travel from wherever you are, or if you have clients in this area, we are back to having regional events. We have not had a local event in 18 months. So that's happening in Atlanta this Saturday, 9 a.m. All the details are on our coach pages and client pages, but we want you to know you are welcome. We encourage you to be there. These events are great to invite your clients to, also your candidates, as well as attend yourself for the training that we will have. Also, I posted, and you hopefully saw that on Thursday night this week, the field training, we're going to have a back to school presentation about the health program. That's at 8 p.m. And at 8:30, there will be a stories of transformation about coaching. So we're getting a lot of support of online events. You know, we know you're not in the Atlanta area, but online events that you can invite people to. And then just a reminder that on Saturdays at 11 a.m. For the next 6 weeks after this, we have the 8-part, will be week 3 starting this week of the basic fundamentals training, which has been incredible. If you've been watching those, drop a comment down just about what you're getting out of them, or just encourage other people to participate because they are awesome. So it is August. Yeah, you know what? I'm not sure, Beth, if we're going to be doing streaming it's always clunky when we do that. So we're not sure that we're going to stream that this time. Okay, so August 23rd. August is a long month. We have 31 days this month. So we still have 8 full days in the month. So really 25% of your month is still here. So I know a lot of you guys are looking to help more clients, bring on more clients this month. A lot of you guys are looking to take advantage of the coach incentives that we have. I just want to reassure you that we have plenty of time, lots of opportunities to stay visible and in connection and calling and making those connections with people. Follow-up is key. We have found that as we head into this change of seasons with fall, that people are ready. They're ready to make change, but a lot of times they need our prompting, you know? So staying in touch with people, caring about them and letting them know that you want to be a part of their journey with them is important. So I'm going to cover real quick. I've been getting a lot of questions about the new coach incentive that we have. And before we jump into anything further, I want to go over this if I can clarify, because some people were not sure about how this works. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. All right, so the new coach incentive, this is designed for new coaches that you bring on during the month of August. So again, we have 8 more days that we can take advantage of this. I'm going to break it down for you so we can hopefully understand more clearly how incredible this is and also what a great opportunity it is for your new coach coming on board. So there's 2 parts to this. Part 1 is that if you have a health coach candidate, that we will offer them $50 off, $50 scholarship and wellness credit to be applied towards the purchase of their health coach kit. Now, this is an optional incentive. I don't want you to feel like you have to do this, but there's a lot of reasons why you would want to participate. It's a matching incentive between you as the sponsoring coach of that new coach and then the next integrated national or above in your organization. We personally are going to go into our pockets to help you bring on new coaches and support their successful launch. So when I say the next leader in your organization, down at the bottom of the slide, I have the names here. So these individuals have agreed, they're integrated nationals and above, that are going to match your wellness credits with you. So if you're in a line with one of these individuals, the next person in line is the one who is going to support you with this. But basically, there's just a couple of things. This is not just to give $50 for somebody to order a kit and sit on it. The goal is that they're going to order the kit and get right into action. So with that, they're going to agree that they're going to watch a trilogy, right? We're going to let them really see what's possible, that they're going to do a quality coach explore. And a quality coach explore means that we're going to start asking questions about who are the first people that you want to help, who would be somebody on your heart. We're going to get that individual to start making a list of people. They're going to meet your coach within 24 to 48 hours. We want them to know that they've got a team working with them. And they're going to agree to attend the special new health coach trainings on Wednesday nights at 9. They only have to attend one. So if somebody signed up tonight, they would attend the one this Wednesday. Now, the way the process works is before the kit is ordered, not sure what happened there. You as a sponsoring coach are going to place $25 wellness credit on the client's account. So you're going to go ahead and do that first. You know for a fact they're ready to order their kit. There is a Google form, and I'll put that in the when I post the recording of this, I'll put that link again, that you fill out, and you may want to text your leader to let them know you did it, but that's basically your application, basically saying you've put your money in, you want your leader to put their matching sponsor credit in. Text them and they'll do it within 24 hours at the latest. We're going to try to keep things moving for you. The next part, which is really great, you guys, is the details on the client scholarships. So you've now brought on a new coach. They're going to get right into action. They are agreeing that they are going to do health assessments with you. They're going to watch the new health coach training. Well, for their first 3 clients, we can offer them a $50 scholarship to be passed through as $50 off that new client kit. That's pretty amazing. So again, this is coming $25 from you and $25 from the next leader in your line that you're joining together in a partnership to help launch this coach successfully. Because we know that if we can get them in action with 3 clients, talking to people in those first 14 days, their chances of success and growing to senior coach and beyond are great. So this is to help that. So, again, they're going to watch the trainings. They're going to agree to do the first calls with you. And then when you're ready, they've got this person and they are ready to roll. You're going to gather all that information. You're going to make sure you have the client's credit card in hand, that you are ready to place that order, because we're going to be putting wellness credit on. And then you're going to fill out the form for the other $25, just like you did for the other. And you can do that 3 times. So if you bring on a coach today or anytime before the 31st, just know they have 14 days. So that might go on into September, which is fine, as long as within 14 days of when they ordered their kit. And the only exception is that they are going to order the full order of a new client kit or the equivalent, and they're going to include the books with it. So does that help you guys? I saw a lot of you guys taking some notes. Put a 1 in the chat if that's helpful to you. Great. Awesome. Awesome. Now, just blink at me if you've ever watched or offered coaching to somebody and they said they were too busy. Or blink if they said coaching is not for me, or blink if they said I'm not doing well enough on my own journey. How could I help somebody else? Very blink, blink, blink. Yeah, very, very common. Okay, so those are called objections, hesitations, reasons. Before we get into quote handling objections, we're more about having conversations with people about what's going on with them. So I'm going to bring up this video from Paul Blanchard from Habit Finder Group, and I want you to just watch this different perspective. And let's see, give me a second here. Let me get out of this. Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. And I want to thank Connie for finding this, because this Connie Queen found this video and I'd forgotten about it. So I want to show it because I don't think that everybody watched it. So here we go. Sorry, 1 second. I promise it's coming.
For about 20 years in some capacity, consulting, coaching, building teams. We've all been to the workshops, we've all been to the trainings and heard the talks and read the books. And at some point in all of those, we get to objections and how to overcome objections, how to handle objections. And this is where the facilitator will ask for objections that you receive in your business and then give these witty, amazing comebacks and try and give you some formula to be able to duplicate that. Then you get back and you try and apply that to your business and your product or service or your ideas and your pitch. And it's awkward and weird or feels inauthentic. Not to mention the damage control, because we forgot the universal law that what we have to fight for, we have to fight to keep. So we've got this journey, this connection, this relationship we're creating, and then it comes time for the transaction, and we get an objection. And oftentimes it feels like a deer darting out in front of your car, or a pothole you don't want to drive over, and we get defensive, and we get concerned, and we try and problem solve, and sometimes we can panic. Let go. Just let it go. I'd like to offer you a better solution. Let go of all the witty responses. Please let go of the feel, felt, found. Let go of the ways that you've been taught to overcome objections, and I want you to see the objection completely different. It's going to help you avoid damage control. It's going to help you avoid things feeling awkward. It's going to help you avoid them feeling put off and sold, which statistics show no one likes to be sold. But as they say, everyone loves to buy. Well, you're facilitating a healthy experience when you decide to stop overcoming objections. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to see them as opportunities to understand your potential client or customer a little bit better. And here's all you need to do. You could make a massive list here of the objections that you receive, and they're all going to have the same response. I can't afford that. I don't have the time. Now it's not the right place, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Just you name them. And they're all going to be responded to. They're all going to be built upon this. The next objection you get, I want you to go, tell me more about that. Well, I can't afford that. Tell me more about that. I don't have time for this right now. Tell me more about that. I spoke to my spouse and they said no. Tell me more about that. And that isn't going to be the last time you're going to say that, because you're building a relationship here. And the foundation of any good relationship is understanding. Not you understanding them. We can do that really well. You're entrepreneurs, business leaders. Your minds are very active, constantly, obsessively solving problems and thinking outside the box. It's not hard for you to think you're understanding someone else, but are your thought processes sabotaging their opportunity to feel understood? If you can allow them to feel understood, there is a minimum, clinically researched, a minimum 40% cooperation and productive energy that is being held up by them that can come pouring out to you. Imagine your relationships. Imagine your sales, your business improving 40% minimum because you stopped overcoming objections. Because it's all sales, remember? With your spouse, with your kids, your potential client, your potential customer. Let's stop seeing objections. Let's stop getting defensive. Let's stop trying to point out the fault in other people's logic, no matter how lovingly or eloquently we do it. And let's take another step forward. And let's understand. And that's as simple as tell me more about that. How do we know what this feels like on both sides and what thought processes are driving the overactive, obsessive thoughts of salespeople and entrepreneurs and business leaders? Because we've been measuring them for almost 20 years with a proprietary technology.
All right, so we're going to dive a little bit deeper into this to be specific to what we're working with in tonight's call, which is around helping people move to a yes for the coaching opportunity. We know that coaching is the best for everyone, in particular for securing their own journey. It's really almost a no-brainer for everyone to turn and help a few people. Whether or not they want to grow and build a business beyond that is a decision, but securing their own journey is really important. So absolutely crushing it in this area is Frank and Shauna Davis and their team in bringing on new coaches. So kudos to them, because they really have begun to master the art of really connecting with people on a level to help them see the value and what's possible through coaching. So I'm going to turn it over to Frank. I know, Frank, you've got some things to share and then some role playing that you're going to do.
Yeah, thank you, Dee. All right, so I absolutely love that video by Paul Blanchard. And, you know, he makes a good point. We're not here to, you know, beat their head and beat our head up against objections, because a lot of times if you can do a great job handling objections, but you know, if you got to drag somebody into this business as a coach by overcoming their objections, you're going to have to drag them through their coaching business. And that is no fun at all. But what I like to do is when I'm talking to a client who's a potential coach, I like to put a positive spin on their objections. And I almost always have two standard responses that I use. But first I got a couple disclaimers. Not everybody I talk to steps into coaching, okay? So I don't want you to think that just because I'm talking to a potential coach, I'm the whiz kid and everybody steps into coaching. No, I get no's too, and I get people that have never stepped into coaching. And another disclaimer, it really sometimes just boils down to numbers. And that's what Dan Bell talks about with coaching. He said, you know, coaches that you want that, you know, that should be growing, you have to have more horses in the stalls. And that applies to clients too that are potential coaches. You need more clients in the stalls. If you've got 5 clients and you think you're going to get 2 or 3 coaches out of it, sorry, you're not. You need more clients to get coaches. It's a numbers game, okay? Don't think you got 5 clients, you got 5 senior coaches. You might have 1 coach or 2, maybe 3 if you're lucky, okay? So it's just a numbers game. But I do want to tell you a little bit about what I do when I'm talking to clients. And my good buddy, and we actually got on a call this afternoon and we did a little role playing, and we were cracking up and we could hardly keep a straight face. And I'm hoping we're going to be able to keep a straight face for this. I see him laughing already. So Shannon, who's an executive director along with his wife, TC, I'm going to ask Shannon to kind of come off mute. He's going to pretend to be a client. And I'm going to ask him, you know, about coaching during a client check-in call. Shannon, are you there?
I am.
All right.
I can't even look at you, Frank. Long story.
So we're going to have fun.
Okay.
We're going to have fun.
I'm
okay.
so nervous. I can't even tell you. Just nervous. Go ahead.
No worries. All right. We're going to have fun. And I like the shirt you got on since we're role playing.
I did take a shower too, as you mentioned.
Okay, so I'm assuming that Shannon and I have talked for a few minutes, you know, doing the normal check-in stuff, blah, 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 blah. And now I say, Shannon, hey, you know, we've talked a little bit in the past. Have you thought any more about coaching? What are your thoughts on that?
You know, what I would say early on was I'm not qualified. You know, I've been heavy off and on, weight up and down my whole life until recently. And, you know, it's hard for me to tell other people what to do and how to lose weight when I haven't been consistent in it my whole life. That's probably my biggest fear.
All right, great. All right, so here's number 1 response. Shannon, I really hear what you're saying. You say you're not qualified. You know, if qualification was not a concern, what about coaching do you find attractive?
Oh, we love to get the text that people that have, I mean, they've lost weight and they're like, oh my God, I've lost 10, 20, 100 pounds. And that feeling is, it's never been about the money for us. It never has been at all. Well, it won't be, but just, I don't know. It's so cool to see our friends, our family losing this weight, getting healthy, changing their habits. And that's the biggest thing for us.
Okay, so we're going to stop right there. So that was a role play. So I took the concern off the table. I said, if if that wasn't a concern for you, what about coaching do you find attractive? So, again, he's still kind of thinking as a coach, because he is a coach, but as a client, he said he'd like to see people lose weight, right? It's not about the money. He'd like to see people lose weight. So I put a positive spin. Here's a second phone call. Shannon, hey, have you thought any more about coaching?
Yeah, but I'm too shy. Honestly, everybody thinks I'm very outgoing, but when it comes to my body and all that, I'm very, I don't know. And so I post these pictures, which my wife has me do, and like the before and after. And I'm looking at these and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I let myself go like that, honestly. And so it's hard for me. This is so hard right now. I can't even tell. I'm so nervous. It's a struggle for me to do that. And, but I have recommitted to whatever it takes to do this, to help. But yeah, that's a big problem with me, is posting and, letting yourself go, letting yourself out there, letting people see how real and genuine you're trying to be. That's a hard thing for me.
So Shannon, what I hear you say, you are considering coaching, but shyness for you is kind of really holding you back. So let me ask you this. If shyness was not a concern, what is it about coaching that really attracts you?
Helping people.
Helping people.
So
Again, I'm going to stop it right there. Same exact verbiage. If shyness was not a concern, if time was not a concern, if I wasn't at my goal weight was not a concern, what is it about coaching that you find attractive? Let them start saying all the positive things about coaching, because there are lots of positives and they know what they are. Okay. I say the same thing regardless of the objection. Here's my second response. Hey, Shannon, you thought any more about coaching?
Yeah, but you know what? Time and the effort it's going to be. So we've owned a business for years. It's done really, thank God, and blessed by that. And so when we first got into this, I was totally against OptiV. I did not want anything to do with it. She made me do it, and I'm so thankful now. But it was I don't know, just what am I trying to say? It was a struggle. So then all of a sudden we start posting about how great we feel, what's going on. We've lost all this weight, and then all these people are calling us. And so our coach, Chris Day, who she's like, well, you guys just you should sign them up. And I'm like, no, we are not getting into this. I refuse to do this. I told you, we got in the biggest fight over it. And I was like, okay, whatever. So anyway, so here we are. But yeah, time, effort, what's it gonna take? Because
What's it gonna cost?
what's it gonna cost? What do we have to do?
Time.
So that was a big thing for us.
Okay.
Still
So
is.
here I heard a lot of objections. I heard time, effort. The first half of my response is the same. If time was not a concern for you, if effort's not a concern for you, but then I change the second half of my response. I say, Shannon, if time was not an effort concern for you, if all that effort was not a concern for you, let me ask you, who is on your heart that you would want to share this program with? Who's the first name of a person that comes to your mind? Just the first name.
Walter, brother-in-law.
Walter.
My dad, who actually signed up, he's going to be signing up this week. So we're going to get him going. He's 76. So I think it'll change his life. But so many friends. We just went to Kentucky for a reunion, and we had so many friends there. Yeah. And we just want to help them. We really do. So
awesome. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm taking the objection off the table. I'm saying if it's not a concern for you, and I don't say who is on your mind that you want to share it to. I don't use that verbiage. I say who is on your heart. Who is on your heart that you would love to share this with? And I don't want to be threatening, and I ask for a first name only. Who is on your heart that you want to share this for? And then I say, what's the first name? First name only of somebody that would love to lose 50 pounds or maybe come off high blood pressure medication. Who's on your heart? And when I appeal to their heart, he's immediately going to give me a first name. Walter, Jim, Bob, Mary, Sue. And then I'm going to ask again, who else? Who else? And I'm going to get 3 or 4 names, and I'm going to jot them down on my paper. And I'm going to say, after I'm asked those questions, I'm not going to say, you ready to step into coaching? I'm going to say, you know what, Shannon, when you're ready, I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm here for you because I'd love to be able to help Walter and Jim and Bob and Mary. But when you're ready, I'm here for you. So I threw it out there and I took it away. And that's what everybody wants. They want something they cannot have, right? They want something they cannot have. You go to a Mercedes dealership and there's 4 cars there on the lot, and you want to buy a Mercedes convertible, and you look over in the corner of the lot, there's a brand new Mercedes that's sparkling, it's clean. That's the one you want. You say, I don't want those 4. I want that one over there in the corner. The manager is going to say, oh, that belongs to the boss. You can't have that one. That's the one you want. You want the one you cannot have. And that's true with a lot of things in life. So I throw coaching out there. I appeal to their heart. I validate their objections, but I put a positive spin on it, and then I pull it away and I say, I'm here when you're ready. Does it work every time? No, but it works a lot. I hope that helps. Dee, I'm going to throw it back to you. Shannon, you did an awesome job, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, hope you see those positive comments, you guys, both Shannon and Frank. It takes a lot to get in here. And the role play thing, I'm not going to lie, is awkward. So well done. Well done. It sounds like it's good to hear it, but when you're on the listening side, but when you're doing it, it can feel awkward. And I think hopefully you guys are hearing, I think the 2 messages, between what was in the video, right, is tell me more about that, right? We're listening to hear. If somebody tells me they're too busy, I'm going to listen. Number one, because that's a real sign to me that they're probably just kind of white knuckling it through life, and they may not be living really the life that they want, but it's all they know right now. So I'm going to listen to that. And then I love what Frank said. That philosophy also works, you guys, on the health program as well. So like if you're talking to somebody about the health program and they say, well, I really would like to, but I can't afford it. Okay, so tell me more about that. And then also what Frank said, if the cost of it was not a concern, what do you like about the program? How do you think it could help you? Right? People make decisions from emotion. This doesn't matter if you're buying an appliance, a car, investing in your health, a career decision. We make decisions from our heart, from what we really want. What happens is the brain and logic and fear step in, right? And the longer you get away from making a decision, the more the brain, we've all done it, right? The more the brain takes over, and it can pull us away. So the big questions to be asking is, if somebody tells me that they're super busy, it's like, well, okay. And once we've talked that through, will you be okay if nothing changes in your life? Will you be okay if they continue to demand more of you out of your schedule, right? Because what I'll usually say to somebody is, I'm not offering you one more thing to do. I'm offering you an opportunity that could really change your life and be able to create more time in your world. But really, I think, Frank, Frank, you told me there's somebody you've got, he's lost over 100 pounds. He's getting ready to coach. And what do you say to him?
Yeah, so I've got a client who's lost over 100 pounds, and he's been saying for about 4 or 5 months, every week on his check-in call, and he checks in with me every single week. He never misses a week. Every week he says, I'm still thinking about coaching. I'm still thinking about coaching every week. And I say, I'm here when you're ready. I'm here when you're ready. And of course, he'll ask me some questions. How does it work? And what's the compensation like? And how do I get clients? And how to blah, blah, blah. He's asked me a lot of questions. And then the next week, I'm still thinking about it. And I'm here when you're ready. And I know he'll step into coaching. Sometimes it's just got to be ready.
Mm-hmm. But was that helpful? I saw a lot of you guys taking notes about, that's on the Coach Explore form. So this is why we really encourage you to try to move individuals through the tips calls and through to the Coach Explore, because that is one of the questions we ask is, if you were to do this, who would be somebody on your heart that you would like to help? What's the first name of somebody that you'd like to help? Again, we're getting them to start to visualize what it would look like, feel like, to make an impact in somebody else's world. And so this is not easy. We get it. And for whatever reason, it seems harder for us than for the program. And honestly, it's harder for our clients too. For somebody that has struggled with their weight, most of our clients have struggled with their weight for quite some time. They think they're entering this like anything else they've ever entered, right? That they have not been successful at. So remember, we are awakening them. And the first time you invite them, the answer is probably no. The second time you invite them, the answer is probably no. The next time, the answer is probably no. And just realize that's part of the process. Most of us back down at that point. And we think, well, I don't want to bug them. They've already told me no, it's not for them. Or it's fulfilling something we've already believed. If we think they're too busy to do this, and then they say they're too busy to do this, then our brain says, well, there it is. I thought they'd be too busy. So we want to be really clear on what we're offering, right? That we are really offering them something amazing through coaching, and then being patient through the process. I love through Paul's video and through what Frank said, just really keeping the conversation flowing. So thank you guys. Thank you to Frank and Shannon again for helping us out tonight. Appreciate you guys being on. We do have the client call at 8 o'clock, 8:30, the coach call, and then Dan Bell opens his call to all of us. So we'll see you again next week. We're going to talk next week about how do you launch a new coach successfully, with tips on how to do that. So we'll see you then. And thanks again, you guys. Bye.